How's it going, everybody? It is your boy Stas here. Welcome back to yet again another episode of Stas Talk Stocks. And today we're going to break down the markets as always, as it's currently about 1 p.m. on the East Coast. And the markets, quite frankly, right now are not doing much. But we are seeing a sign here that I want to talk to you all about that is a decent sign for the bulls for now. So in this video, we're going to break down the markets. We're going to talk about some stocks. We're going to go over some charts. So sit back, relax. And typically I have a coffee or some water, right? But today, my fiance made me this smoothie here. I don't really drink smoothies much. I used to drink them all the time, but recently, you go through phases with food, right? Recently, I've been back in the smoothie kick. So, cheers, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As always, if you all find value, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget, 20 stocks for Moomoo. Get your 20 stocks for Moomoo. This is a limited time holiday promo. Use that link down below, and let's just dive into the video. So, right now, the markets are not really moving in any crazy direction, in either direction, really. We have the Russell up only 0.2% as the NASDAQ is down about 0.3%, as we have the S&P 500 pretty much at break even, and the Dow Jones up 0.1%. So, finally, we're getting a little bit of a cool-off day. And sometimes, guys, these days are great. Days where we're not getting any crazy volatility or any crazy moves in either direction. Some days, we need to just relax. And today is one of those days as of now. I mean, it's only 1 p.m. We have 3 more hours. And you guys know usually the last hour or 2 hours in the markets, especially these days, it's been crazy. But as of now, with 3 hours left, markets are pretty flat. And this is a good sign, you could argue, for the bulls, considering if we zoom in a little bit here on the 4-hour chart, we are seeing some consolidation as of today and as of the the latter half of yesterday above the 180 SMA here on this 4-hour chart. Let me actually get some water, guys. Yeah, you can see that, right? You can see it clear as day if I pull up the 5-day chart today so far and yesterday, right? We held, well, not all day yesterday, but in the pretty much end of the day of yesterday, we held 390, 392. So that, as of now, is a good sign for the bulls that they're holding that. But on the flip side, guys, on that same coin, we're still in a downtrend. We're not really getting any crazy buying pressure off of this 390 level. We're just holding it. For all we know, this could turn for the worse heading into the close today, and maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. So keep that in mind. Just because we're flat right now holding, which again is a good sign in the short term for the bulls, doesn't necessarily mean we're just gonna explode. We're not really seeing that, quite yet. Who knows? We might see it, but we're not getting it quite yet. So what do you guys think? We're pretty flat. Again, it's one of those days, and I have my alert. There goes Siri. What the heck? What is she talking about? And it's so weird, this watch. I mean, you guys have probably heard the conspiracy theories, right? Where everybody, or not everybody, but everything in your house is listening to you, whether it's the watch or, the laptop or the phone. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? We're not going to get into that rabbit hole in this video, but listen. SPY 390 is a big point. You guys know that. Triple Q at this point, holding right around 280, 278, 282. This is a big level. These are big levels for Triple Q. If this point breaks, it's not going to be good. But as of now, bulls are fighting. Let's see if this is going to be legit. Is this consolidation, whatever you want to call it, this little this thing holding above 280, is this going to result in a pop back to the mid-high 280s? Or is it just going to fizzle out and dump and we're going to break 278? That's what I'm waiting for right now in the very short term on Triple Q. And let's see what oil is doing. Then we'll talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum very quickly. Oil, guys, right now is falling through the floor. It is down to 72.5 a barrel, down 2.4% as I'm filming this video. And it is officially now under the lows from yesterday, or not yesterday, about 2 weeks ago. We hit those lows at 73.50. We took those out, and if I pull up the yearly chart now, we are getting close to the lows from back in December. So we're getting close. Just about a year ago, oil was 66, 70, 68 a barrel, and look at us now. We're at 72 barrels. So all of that gain pretty much erased on oil. It went from 66 to about 130 a barrel, then it ran up to 122 a barrel. That was in June, and ever since June, guys, it has been downhill for oil. Now it's getting back to where it was pretty much a year ago by the looks of it here on this chart. And as of the metals, let's see the metals. Oh my God, look at that. Silver's up 2.5%. Silver, what have I been saying, guys? This thing is a beast. Silver now, this is very bullish, by the way. This rallied to about 23.75 an ounce. That was in the beginning of this month, about 5 days ago, right? Then we pulled back, and now look at this. Buying pressure came in at 22 bucks. The fact that we're seeing a huge pop now off the highs from the middle of November and the 50 moving average on the 4-hour, this is so great for the bulls, guys. And honestly, I think mid 20s, like I've been hollering here on the YouTube channel, guys, I think it's coming on silver. And for that reason, I'm watching SLV, which tracks the price of silver. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's now change over to ThinkOrSwim, or not ThinkOrSwim, Webull, so we can see what's going on here in the crypto market. So as I'm making this video, guys, BTC, which is also known as Bitcoin, I'm not sure if you guys knew that. You probably knew that. Obviously, you knew that, right? This is down 1.6% on the day, down about 275 bucks. And this is the intraday chart. You guys can see it was right around a little under 17,000 to start off the day. Now it's drifting down to about 16.8. And if we pull up the 10-minute chart, you can see the big dump off. When did this occur? This was overnight. Yeah, it looks like this was overnight. We had a huge dump off, which, I mean, in retrospect, looking back on it, percentage-wise, it wasn't that big, but that goes to show overnight we had a big, the fact that selling came in that rapid of a pace overnight, we gapped down. That goes to show bears are clearly still in charge. On the 10-minute chart, on the 15-minute chart, you guys can see we dumped under. We broke right through the support from, earlier this month of December, right? We broke right through that 17,000. We got to 16.7. Now we fill the gap back to about 16.8, 16.9. If we fail at 17,000, guys, BTC is probably going to start coming down even more. If we pull up the 2-hour chart, you can argue, okay, bulls are fighting here. They're pretty much, you could argue, still in charge. But if they fall through, if bulls fall through 16.5, if they fail at 16, definitely at 16, guys. I mean, if that point breaks, bulls are toast. This is going to start turning. I'd be watching that for, from about 16.5 to 16,000. These are very, very critical points on Bitcoin. And for Ethereum, and this is in the very short term, right, guys? Ethereum I'm looking at here is pretty much looking the same, right? It's at 1,230 right now. It's down about 3% as I'm filming, and we can see it is holding on by a thread right at this point on this 2-hour chart. If Ethereum gives at about 1,200, 1175, this is really going to start. The selling is probably going to start kicking up from there. I feel like this could start going 1150, maybe 1070, maybe even under that. So keep your eyes on that, guys. On the intraday chart, we can see Ethereum is moving down on the day. On the 2-minute chart, you guys see that 3-minute, 5-minute. So look at that big sell-off on the 5-minute overnight that we got, guys. Started, well, not really overnight. I mean, it started at about 5 a.m., 5:30. 6 a.m., so really in the early morning here on the East Coast. And then it started to take a beating from that point, as you guys can see, right? So, what do you guys think about that? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comments about Ethereum, Bitcoin. They're hanging on by a thread, just like the overall stock market, S&P, NASDAQ, what we saw on the 4-hour charts. They're hanging on by a thread. It's looking pretty similar. Obviously, stocks are different than Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto in general, but I'm seeing some similarities there. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want 12 stocks from Webull, this platform right here that I use personally for charting crypto, Ethereum, Bitcoin, if you guys want some free stocks, use that link down below. Deposit any amount of money and you get some free stocks, and it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always, as without you, this channel would not be possible, right? So let's dive into some stocks quickly before we wrap up the video. Let's see, what stocks did I want to talk about today? We had a couple. Let me see here, guys. I'm pulling up my notes. Give me a second. I wanted to go over Campbell Soup, CPB is the ticker, because this thing is on fire. It is up 5.3% as I'm making this video. As you all can see, it's completely breaking out to a fresh high on this 4-hour chart, which is right around 50. Well, it hit 56 almost. Now it's at 58.83 to be exact. And is this an all-time high? It's pretty dang close, guys. It is pretty dang close to an all-time high. As you guys can see, all-time highs were hit. Well, actually, not really close. They were hit at $68 back in 2016, so we're about 20% off the highs. I mean, that's not bad, but we're getting very close to the highs from 2020. In fact, we're starting to break them. We're starting to break them. 55, 56. That's a big spot from 2020. So Campbell's Soup, really, if it starts breaking 56, 50, 57, if we're looking on the longer term charts here, guys, looking at this is the monthly chart, right? I know it's pretty long term, but if we're looking at it, if this point's able to break in the near term here, next couple of weeks, month, 2 months, whatever, there's probably a straight shot towards the 60s, low 60s, mid 60s on Campbell's Soup. And there's no doubt about it, on the 4-hour, it's overbought. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it's overbought. So it might, the dust might settle a bit. It might cool off, might start consolidating. But overall, the trend is clear that we're heading towards that 60 mark. So they reported earnings, I believe, this morning, which is why obviously it's running. They did $1.02 EPS versus 88 cents estimated on revenue of $2.58 billion, which beat the $2.45 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, they beat on revenue, and it looks like they raised their full year 23 view on adjusted EPS to about $2.90. Which is pretty good there. Net income of $1.02 versus the adjusted net of 89 cents a year ago. That's pretty good. And they raised their organic net sales growth guidance from 4 to 6% to 7 to 9%. That's really good. So this is pretty bullish. Not going to lie. This is very bullish. I mean, for the stock to go up even more, it was pretty much priced to perfection heading into these earnings, guys. This stock was in a stealth bull market. It's been crushing it. And for it to go up even more, that goes to show how strong of an earnings this was, and just how strong the stock is. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, the investor base behind this. I don't own it. Full disclosure, I do not own it. But if you do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if any Campbell Soup owners are watching this video. And I'm pretty sure this is a good dividend payer. So if you own this now, if you've owned it this year, I mean, you're making dividend money, capital appreciation. You are crushing it on this stock. Kudos to you. So another one I want to look at quickly is Lowe's, ticker symbol LOW. LOW. Yeah, I'm mumbling and jumbling, guys. This one, we have an inverse head and shoulders. You all can see that here, especially if I zoom in. We have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. We're slightly above, well above, actually, the 180 moving average. And we're about to test now 210, which is right under the 50 moving average. You guys see that, right? So if we actually break 210 on this, I think there's a straight shot towards 215, maybe towards 220, 225. That's where that right shoulder in this inverse head and shoulders could complete if this fully plays out, right? So Lowe's looks pretty solid in my eyes. And another one here, which we've talked about a lot, the last stock for the video. Let me know if you guys stuck till the end, by the way. I appreciate you all, as always. The last stock here is Netflix, ticker symbol NFLX. This is one that is currently up 0.6% on the day, as the markets in general now are slowly turning green. All the indexes are green except for the NASDAQ, which is down 0.16%. Netflix is slowly starting to retest this 309, 310 level, which you guys can see that was the high from the middle of this month of November. And I just realized I did not even take a sip of water yet. Hold on. Oh, man, I needed that. Yeah, where was I? You guys can see 308, 310, 309, whatever. That was the high from the middle of November, and we're testing it right now again. I feel like if this is able to break, and mind you, we're at 307.50 now, so give it a little bit. But if this is able to break, and I'm going to set my alert at 310, we could fill the gap back to 320, 22, maybe a little bit higher than that. Then if that were to break the high from the beginning of this month, Netflix could be flying to 330. Like I've outlined time and time again here on this channel, guys. So with that being said, we're about 15 minutes in. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Check out my Patreon if you guys want to. And you could also get, don't forget, those 20 stocks for Moomoo, which is limited time. All you have to do is use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo, deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 15, or now, see, I'm so used to 15. It's 20 now, guys. It was 15. Now it's 20. So used to saying 15. Get your 15. There I go again. 20 stocks, each up to $2,000. It's 20, not 15. Guys, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.